everyone, these are the exercises to do before you start a drawing or a painting. We're going to start off by drawing lines. Now these are long lines, short lines, lines overlapping creating hatch shading, and you're going to keep doing these until you are ready to move on to the next exercise. There's 15 I'm going to show you in total. Now I just want to mention that these exercises you can do for if you're going to do a digital drawing, or if you're going to do a traditional drawing, and if you're going to work on a painting, oil or acrylic or anything really. So just do it on your preferred medium, and I'll show you at the end of this video how you can approach these exercises for the medium you're going to work on. So that's exercise number 1, which is lines, and now we're going to talk about exercise number 2. These are loops and swirls. You're going to start off with a small loop and then gradually make them bigger in the same line, and then vice versa. You can start big and make it small. You can also make swirls super small or super big, and then you can make them super tight or you can make them very loose. Exercise 3 is squares. Now there's 2 ways to approach the squares: by making a square with connected lines, or by creating a square with 4 overlapping lines, which you're going to learn through exercise number 1. You're going to make the squares either big or small, and you can even do squares inside of the squares. Exercise 4 is circles. When drawing the circles, make small and big ones, but also one line connecting ones, and circles that keep being overlaid with other circles. Now what I mean by one line connecting ones is you're going to start at one point, draw around to make a circle, and connect it at that point. And what I mean by the circles that keep being overlaid with other circles, you're going to make that point and you're going to go all the way around to the point, but you're not going to lift up your pencil. You're going to keep going, keep going, keep going. You're just going to keep overlaying until you get the amount that you're comfortable with. Exercise number 5 is ellipses. That is a line you're going to draw with an oval on top of it. When doing this, aim for the line to be in the middle of the oval. It will always most likely not be perfect, so please don't get hung up on that. Remember, these are just exercises. Exercise 6 is the S shape, the S letter. Make them big and small, but also not just making them all the same variation and angle. You can make the top part of the S small and then make the bottom half of the S super big, and vice versa, the top of the S super big and the bottom very small. Exercise 7 is practicing pencil pressure. Make your pencil be thin and light, and slowly make that into a thick and dark line. You can also bring it back into the thin and light line. Now you can do this in a way where you are shading essentially, like you just saw, or you can do it where it's one line. And so you just make it go from very light to very dark, or very dark to very light. Very thin to very thick to very thin. Exercise 8 is cubes. Like earlier, you saw a square, and you just need to make it a 3D shape. So draw your square and then take lines at the corners and make it go outward in whatever way you see fit. Exercise 9 is spheres. You draw a circle, and on top of it you draw 2 curved lines making a center on the sphere. This will be very useful when you go and draw a person's head. Exercise 10 is cylinders. This is a distorted sphere on top and bottom that is connected by 2 lines. Exercise 10 is taking those cylinders and cutting into them. Now draw a square on it, a distorted one at that, and then just try and imagine what would it look like if this was an actual object in front of me and it had a square or circle cut into it. It now has a hole in them, so try and visualize what that will look like. Maybe even look up some photos. Exercise 12 is copying. Scribble something with the previous exercises and try to replicate it. As you can see, I did an S shape, then 2 lines and a sphere. With that, I then go to the right hand side and I try to replicate that. This is going to help you in your skills and ability to, be able to see something and then try and replicate that. Exercise 13 is wavy and zigzag lines. Draw 2 lines and draw the wavy or zigzag line in between the lines. Exercise 14 is dotted lines. This is broken up lines which could be dots or short lines. As you can see, I'm doing short lines at the top that I then do little dots, and also not just dotted lines like that. What you see at the end of this little clip here, I do a line and then I stop and then I continue with the full line, and then I make it a bit smaller on each side, and on the opposite side it's getting longer. So it's just one little space in between this long line. Exercise 15 is the most fun one, and it's scribbling. Scribble all over your page with the previous exercises. Now, here is going to be how to do this in your medium. If you're a digital artist, do these exercises like I have here, on separate layers or all on one. Lucky enough, we will be able to delete the folder since it's just to get our hands loose and ready for the artwork we are preparing for. If you're a traditional artist, however, do all of these exercises on one piece of paper. Pick out 15 colors pencils ranging from light to dark. Start light and then proceed with each darker color. This way you will use one paper per 2 drawings, on each side of the paper. So it's much more environmentally friendly than doing it on separate pages. And if you are a painter, do this on your canvas with light, cheap acrylic paint that is diluted with water, so that it doesn't show up on your painting afterwards. Happy drawings! Bye! And I really hope that this video was helpful to you, and if you really want to see any other kinds of content from me, please subscribe and like. I do all kinds of art videos, including speed paints, tutorials, and so much more, and I also kind of do gaming on the side. So yeah, if you're interested, hit that like if this was helpful to you, and subscribe. Bye!